energy, but we see, longer term, a lot of value in.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Scotch and Stocks. Today we have CPI data and bank earnings. Everything seems to be going smoothly so far. Most banks have beat expectations, which is showing a little bit in the greenness of the market as we enter CPI data. PPI data was fantastic yesterday, so CPI data coming in lower than expected could be a fantastic catalyst for markets. Maybe calm down a little bit of the fears that we're having. Oof. It's a scary time. Markets are spooked. The start of the year started very hot and it gave it all away. We're now sitting a little bit in the negatives, but it shouldn't last long. It was expected that January was going to be a choppy month, but hopefully that changes today. Bitcoin seems to like the news right now, sitting at 97K almost. The rest of the market sitting cautiously hopeful. It feels like it. Cautiously hopeful today. So let's just hope and pray that everything works out. But yeah, we are live. We're going to be watching the market. So far, it's a bounce. We got the bounce yesterday. People sold a lot, but a lot to de-risk, but whew. All right. So we'll look. So looking at the overall market, let's open up a little bit of let's open up Finvest into the market open. See how it's going. Cautiously up. JP Morgan is only up 0.4%. Really? Did it give it away? That's weird. Yeah, it did. Oh, look, yes, it did. But I think JP Morgan will find some benefit. The other banks are liking it more. Wells Fargo did really good. Citi too. BlackRock's doing great. Oh, man. We're sitting pretty, boys and girls. We're sitting pretty. Oh. I have a couple of options trades sitting, waiting for the news today. Should have bought a couple more TQs. I have a feeling inflation is gonna be coming down. I think this time around they're gonna be right. The Fed, hopefully Jerome Powell can continue doing an okay job. All right. If you have any questions about any stock, do let me know in the chat, and I will gladly post them. Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. Oh man. This officially starts earnings season 2, so for the next couple of weeks we're gonna see the reality of how companies have been doing in the last quarter. So there shouldn't be any surprises. We should continue to beat. Any weakness could be badly interpreted, but I don't think we're gonna get that at all. Oh, man, everything hurts. What are we looking at? What's sitting in the hot seat today? So many companies I'm paying attention to right now. Where's my estimate? Oh my goodness. And we've gone live. Do we have any other things that I'm... Yeah, I think so. Whew. Everything is nicely green, you know. Scary. TSM has earnings tomorrow. Let's have a look at something. January 16th. So that's tomorrow. We have Taiwan Semiconductors, and I do believe that they're going to do really well. I'm sitting in the boat that they're actually going to outperform. Ooh. So let's talk a little bit about what our expectations are for CPI today. Let's have a look here. Data states that we are likely to see a tick up in the year-on-year inflation, right? Going from 2.7 to 2.9. Anything lower than 2.9 will calm markets. And the month-over-month, like anything lower than 0.4 would be fantastic. The core is gonna be staying still, which would be good, you know. The Fed does pay attention to core readings because it's a little bit more stable and predictable. But yeah, we're expecting a tick up. The core CPI sitting at 3.3 is not such a good thing. We do believe we're still restrictive, and the Fed does believe that. So this could potentially continue to go down even with current rates, right? I don't see it as a negative, the fact that they are stopping the interest rate cuts. I think there is both risk, both to the upside of inflation and the upside of jobs, right? So staying still for now, I think it's a good decision. The job market continues to come in strong.
According to a poll, the ECB to cut deposit rate by 25 basis points in January to 2.75%, said all 77 economists polled. And the European Central Bank to cut deposit rate to 2% by the end of June, said 46 of 77 economists.
Inflation in the UK is coming down
At
drastically, which is
8:30 a.m.
fantastic.
Eastern Time, we get US CPI year-on-year forecast 2.9% on the prior 2.7%, with a range of 3 to 2.8%. Month-on-month forecast 0.4% on the prior 0.3%, with a range of 0.5 to 0.2%. Core year-on-year forecast 3.3% on the prior 3.3%, with a range of 3.4 to 3.2%. And core month-on-month forecast 0.3% on the prior 0.3%, with a range of 0.3 to 0.2%. New York Fed manufacturing forecast 3 on the prior 0.2. Canadian manufacturing sales month-on-month forecast 0.5% on the prior 2.1%, and Canadian wholesale sales month-on-month forecast minus 0.7% on the prior 1%.
Question is, should I put a hedge on this data? I mean, Bitcoin is rallying into this. Even the S&P and the Nasdaq are both rallying into this. So maybe we found a floor around the 100-day moving average on the Nasdaq. That would be nice. That would be nice. It's a great spot. We just retesting. This just becomes a 5% correction. That would be great. 4 or 5% correction. We touched it. And then we just come back. That would be great. You know, on the daily. We get the correction at the start of the year, and then we continue to see sunny sides. But yeah, definitely. Ooh, is the gas problem coming to an end? This would be great news. That'd be good news for the markets. Oil will come down a little bit. The rest of the market would pump. Did they split? They did. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, let me do the reading real quick. So we're 2 minutes away. Servers are down, and that sucks. That sucks. Tomorrow we have Bank of America and the rest. Okay, let's get it ready. We have inflation data in about 2 minutes time. Let's set up the data. 1.5 minutes. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Okay, miss on this data could mean ugly numbers, but let's buy. Am I going Bitcoin here? No, let's keep it. Let's keep it tight. Let's put it Bitcoin.
1 minute remaining. I'll lead with US CPI year on year.
All right. Come on, come on. Jerome, please be right. We are 40 seconds away from data. Whew. Oh, man. Ooh, 10 seconds. Well, actually 20 seconds. Because there's always a little bit of delay.
10 seconds.
Woo-hoo.
2.9%, 2.9% as expected.
As
CPI
expected.
month on month, 0.4%, 0.4% as expected. Core year on year, 3.2%, 3.2%.
That's
Lower than
good.
forecast, 3.3%. Core month on month, 0.2%, 0.2%. Lower than forecast, 0.3%. Seeing upside in the S&P, downside in Dixie.
Nice. Let's
New York Fed
go.
manufacturing minus 12.6,
That's great
minus
news.
12.6, lower than forecast 3.
That's
Canadian
great
wholesale
news.
sales month on
Let's
month,
go.
minus 0.2%, minus 0.2%. Higher than forecast, minus 0.7%. Canadian manufacturing sales
Whew.
month on month,
The question is, will it
0.8%,
hold? But
0.8%.
likely.
Higher than forecast, 0.5%.
It's coming in line it's coming within line. That is good. That kind of takes away a little bit of the fear. We go into earnings seasons. This is fantastic news, you know? Year on year, that's fine. That's probably like oil, energy prices.
US
But
short-term interest rate
course
futures
coming
jump after
down.
the inflation data.
Ooh, this could be good. Even the dollar is showing a little bit of weakness here. Bitcoin right now sitting at 98, which is like $1,000 up, almost 1% up, which is fantastic. We could potentially retest the 100K after this news. The Nasdaq showing strength and the S&P 500 both showing strength. I mean, that
So US
says it all.
Treasury yields extend the fall after US inflation data. 10-year yield
Oh,
last down
ya pequeño, ya
6.9
salió.
basis points at 4.722%.
So core CPI comes in at 0.2, which is great news. The Fed likes the core readings. And then the US CPI comes in line, which is not the best. I mean, it's sticking up, but it's manageable and it's as expected. Which means that they're doing the right thing by holding steady for now and just seeing how the data progresses. Let's go. They should create a rally today because yesterday's data from PPI was fantastic. So that already tells us something. That tells us that is that potentially next reading is not going to be
So
as
traders
high,
price
at
in
least
more
from the
Fed
producer
easing
side.
after this December CPI data.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nvidia
US
showing a little
Treasury
bit of
2-year
strength.
yield falls further after inflation data, down 6.5 basis points at 4.299%. Along with Eurozone government bond yields, Germany's 10-year yield down 5 basis points at 2.57%.
Yeah. PPI is fantastic, right? Like PPI yesterday, people were waiting for this. And this gives the green light to a lot of people because I think inflation became center stage again, given how the Fed reacted, right? This now means that we got clear path unless something comes back during earnings, which I don't think we're gonna be seeing any major red flags, given the fact that banks already reported. Oh, we're golden. We're golden at least for the next couple of months. Could we see some deterioration? We have been seeing it, but it hasn't materialized just yet. So I don't think we're seeing either recession or stagflation just yet. Oh man, like if you look at the banks right now, the banks are doing fantastic. Now let's go really quickly to the daily chart. Let's have a look here. Bam. Like there you go. Green across the board. There was just de-risking. The Fed spooked markets, and they shouldn't have been spooked at all. You know. You know what was an interesting indicator? Bitcoin. Bitcoin ended up being an interesting indicator because it did not come down to the 90 levels. It stayed around 95. So it was 5% up, even though the big tech companies were coming down. So there was a lot of feel from big hedge funds is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking retail had an idea that we're not seeing that crazy inflation, So in this case, I think retail was right. Bitcoin as an indicator how the market's going to perform ended up being a fantastic one for sure. Sometimes it doesn't do, like, again, correlation does not causation, but the crypto markets did seem to know something that the rest of the market didn't. So now we have in the horizon, we have what? The
So traders
Trump.
price in Fed rate cut by July versus September previously.
Ooh, July cut. And that could potentially come in lower if we all of a sudden get inflation coming strongly to the downside, right? So a quote that I heard a while back, which was very interesting, is the tools for the Fed Watch tool and how the market reacts usually is very good at predicting the next cut, but not further cuts. Like the further you go into the future, the more uncertainty you get. Hey Mimi, how you doing? Welcome. It'll be good to have you. Yo, we should do like a Q&A and stuff, We should do either a market data release and then a Q&A with your people. That way you're able to like go on the go. And also, you know, I'm sure that you can, ask me questions to kind of help teach your audience on many of the things that we're talking about, So you can ask me, why is CPI important? And then I can say and then we can grab the boys too and try to get their perspectives as well. The nice thing about like a live stream
The
is
Canadian
just that
dollar strengthens
we're
as
just
much as
able
0.3%, touch an 8-day high at
we're just able to do it
1.31 per
quickly.
US
You know what I
dollar.
mean? And you're able to
And
like
money
doctor
markets
more and go
price in
nuts.
ECB deposit rate at around 2.15% in July 2025, from
I need to
2.2%
cut
before
this,
the
guys.
US data.
But yeah, this comes markets at least for now, and the fact like we've gotten 3 really good pieces of news right after
So
each
US
other, and
Supercore CPI year on year 4.05%, month on month at 0.21%.
I need to get that data real quick. Supercore. That's interesting. But yeah, I'll be so down to do it, I'll be so down to do it. We can set it up for next time too. Or we can just do a random one, Like whenever one of like for example, if this Q&A gets a lot of interactions, we could just start the Q&A with your frequently asked questions and then take it into like questions from the chat. All right, let's have a look here. We're going here. Supercore is super high. But that's actually month on month is really good at 0.2. I think it's just like if you think at 0.2, if we yearlize it, I don't know how you say it, but if we yearlize it, so it's like if we say for example 0.2 times 12, it's 2.4, which gets us close to the 2% range, right? So this is overall like this looks like a really high number, but the reality is like when we look at the month over month, it's fantastic. The thing is that hopefully it doesn't stop growing. Right now, we're sort of touching the 50-day moving average. So as long as we don't get any negative data, we're probably gonna see a little bit of weakness at the start of the day, just as like traders sell their positions and people start repositioning. But we're likely to see big money coming back into the market and saying, okay, like maybe we overreacted a little. You know, very good buying opportunity in my opinion. Very good buying opportunity. January continues to give us that volatility that we need in order to make money trading, which is fantastic. I'm thinking we could see what the Nasdaq go up another 2-3%. Those triple QQQ options are gonna pay the bills for this month, hopefully. I got it until February. So we have right now. So what do we have? It's like we have TSM tomorrow could crash markets because of chips, right? I think the calendar is TSM tomorrow, Thursday. TSM. We have Bank of America too. Let's go to Twitter real quick. Let's just see what we're missing here. But let's have a look. He whispers. Go to the earnings because now earnings season is upon us. Dun, dun, dun. TSM's going to be an interesting play. This is going to move the whole chip sector, and the whole chip sector is going to move technology tomorrow. So tomorrow we could see. It's interesting because we are sitting at the 50-day moving average right now. We could see like a rejection and then a bounce up again if those earnings are bad. If not, we could just break through that and then use it as support again, right? But right now it's sitting at resistance. We are sitting at a very technical level right now. A lot of traders here. A lot of people bought here in the last two bounces, right?
So interest rate futures traders bet on June Fed rate cut and around a 50% chance of a second Fed rate cut by the end of 2025.
Now we're back to two cuts. Okay, that's good. Yeah, market likes this. We're coming back, Market seems to be overreacting so much, but yeah. Like that volatility is just insane. Such little volume today. But yeah, we could see market rally today. Then we're talking TSM tomorrow. Any other data that I'm missing here? Let's have a look. We have TSM tomorrow. We have UK GDP, which tells us a little bit of like external currencies. We have retail sales tomorrow too, which is going to be an important one just to see how the consumer is doing. But the consumer should be doing fine, in all honesty. Or at least they're continuing to spend, at least for December. So I'm not too worried. And then we have Eurozone CPI. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is fantastic. It is great news. I mean, we've gotten really good news. PPI yesterday was really good. The producer price index was fantastic, which gives us a little bit of forward-looking statement, like a forward-looking idea of how producer price is sort of affecting inflation. And then that was great news yesterday. Came in way lower than expected. CPI came in lower than expected. Even in Europe, it's coming in lower than expected. So hopefully that continues. And then, January 24th. Let me have a look at this. It's an important date too, because it's the Japan rate decision. What else? And then we have Monday, we have Trump's inauguration. Am I right? I think we do. January 20, we got the Trump inauguration. So that's going to be an important date to pay attention to. So for the rest, I mean, for the rest of January, we're looking pretty. We're sitting in a nice place, to say the least, I'm still not sitting at all-time highs, but hopefully today we start. Yeah. Like that's also going to be a driver of what's it called? Bitcoin. But so far, I think we have just passed big fear, right? Like we might get some fear in a couple of sectors going into earnings season, but I don't think it's the same fear that we get of the macro story. I think so too, but it also depends on what Trump decides to do, right? Because if Trump goes into office and doesn't talk about crypto at all, then it could be a problem, right? Because I think there's going to be some selling pressure from the DOJ, from the Department of Justice. They want to sell some Bitcoin before he gets into power. So I understand, but I'm not sure when. But hopefully there's enough buying power. But yeah, this is great news. Like look at the initial move. It's just nuts. All right, you're paying attention to these moves. You can make quite a bit of money. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh man. Mimi told everybody I'm live. Lol. Hello, everybody. But yeah, you think so? What's it sitting at right now? Hello. Futures. Let's go here. What? AK. So that's like what? Here? Insane. Oh man, how are you guys doing? Oh, but yeah, right now we're sitting pretty. I like this. This is a great day. It's a great day. You know, definitely helped that I wasn't paying attention to markets yesterday. I did enter a couple of positions, and I'm hoping that we bounce into them. We could. I'm almost in the money. I still have a month. Let's go. Month and a half. Let's do this. Oh, but I think the S&P is going to be doing great. Interestingly enough, I was looking at the RSP, the equal weight S&P, and overall there just seemed to be a shift more than a drop in the last couple of days. There was mostly a shift. Let's have a look. Like there was a drop, don't get me wrong. Massive drop. But it held up pretty good here, since January. Instead of the 5% drop that we saw, it's like what, January? Let's have a look. So January we started here. That was the close of January, and then we went 2.65. But if you put the S&P on here on the same time frame, it was more of a drop, I think. No, a little bit more. Yeah, you see. So that's super interesting too, because you can see that it was mostly tech that dropped, like mostly tech and the big caps, and there was money going into money going into safety. So we could see the reversal of that because of this data. Nice. Yo, any questions anybody has? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Bam. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We're almost at 300 people, which is nuts. Let's have a look. So close, yet so far. Oh man. Yeah, almost at 300 people. Crazy. Crazy. If I get over 1,000, it'd be sick. That's the goal for this year, hopefully. I have to do a lot more content though. A lot more. Mm. Oh, I want to do some earnings. Also, what earnings thoughts on XRP? XRP is gonna do great. XRP is gonna do really good, I think. Still so tricky though, just because there's a lot more competition, and like there's just so much amped up demand for XRP as well. Just like there's so much amped up demand for XRP that the moment did he already leave? Because I know he was leaving before he could get fired, right? What was Gary Gensler? The moment he leaves, we could see some like that. Like I think it's already baked in though, because like it's gone up a lot too. You know. So he's leaving when Trump gets into power, right? As long as there is nobody that is attacking it, and like Trump becomes a lot like loosey goosey with it, it's gonna do great because we haven't seen the rally for it. It's been pumping, but we haven't seen the growth that Bitcoin or even Ethereum has had in the last year, right? Like if we were to put, this is where I need to go to here. Let me go to the. Let me go to the chart analysis. Why am I tripping? Trying to find this data. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's gonna be as long as you don't get anybody that attacks. The thing was, it was so like like that lawsuit was such heavyweight on XRP, and then I put my position when when you started seeing some sort of. And how do I open the freaking charts? Hmm. There we go. All right. So I'm here. We've seen the growth. But it's like, for example, like here, we didn't see this like initial phase, I would say. Like not like Bitcoin. And then bam. Like here, We've seen that growth build into it, but it's already priced in. So, but I do think that we still have like room to grow. See if we go like 2023. When was the lawsuit started? Like so long ago too. But it's definitely shown growth. So could we see more? I think XRP is one of the unloved childs of the crypto market right now, and there was so much hype around it. But we've seen that hype. It's been one of the outperforming coins lately. Like here, we should have been like stayed around this levels, and then we should have seen another hike higher. Yeah, 2020. So we're here. So it's like, yeah, I want to know. Let me do this. So yeah, this is gonna give me a better chart. Okay, cool. Yeah. Bam, bam. Did I put it? Nope. Nope. Bam. And it's just stayed so little. Like we've seen, but it's been muted. So this has like so much potential to run too. Because like that was one of the things, right? Like one of the benefits, one of the reasons I think Bitcoin is one of the only winners out of this whole cycle is just because it's directly related to what Bitcoin is. It's like that's why I think Ethereum
It's
is
the
lagging
dollar yen
behind.
down 1.01% at
All right.
156.
Voice news disconnected.
Voice news disconnected. But yeah, that's why Bitcoin, like big, it's been the Bitcoin story, Bitcoin story, Bitcoin story. And then I think altcoins are going to rally because when Bitcoin goes up, people are looking to diversify their funds. So you definitely see that definitely see that happening. But then the question is what do we jump into again? But yeah, how's Fartcoin doing today? We're entering that part of the program. Freaking fart going up. Freaking nuts. It's so nuts. We're still low, eh? My sister is here. Say hello to everybody. Hello. I'm talking to Mimi. You're talking to Mimi. Hello. Holy smoke. Like, there's so many. That's lols. Send me the song and I'll send it to her. Mm. Lols. Oh man. Yeah, do it. Use it. It's fine. You can disconnect the computer on the back and then plug in your own too. UFD? What is? I should know this. Holy smokes. That's so crazy. Uniform. Like that's the thing. Like I just don't like. It's like so. Whenever you look at startups, it's like who started the startup? Why are they important? And then what are they planning to do with it? And that's the thing I haven't like. And I'm done with this. It's like this is an episode I want to do with like you and Timothy for sure. It's kind of I want to know what have been the latest developments after the ETF craze, the NFT craze. Sorry, the NFT craze. I want to know what are the developments that have been happening in those sectors. Like I want to understand what's happening in Solana that's making it so like what developments have been happening that's making it so crazy because I want to understand the tokenomics behind it. I want to know that. I want to know because it's like it's not just like about the meme, but it's like what do you develop with that money and then kind of how you build it too. But I just don't like I haven't dig deep enough in order for me to know which are the cryptos that are gonna like. But I would be very sort of like not skeptical, but very judgmental when it comes to like the technologies behind it. Because for example, like NFTs, I do believe that there is some sort of use case when it comes to it's like what if you could like create a system where you can buy a house through the purchase of an NFT, right? Or something among those lines, just kind of like reduce costs. But it's also the incentives that go around that too. It's like, okay, like then you're taking out a bunch of people out of work. And will the government accept that? Right? Would that be something that's actually viable? What happens if there's a hack and if you can't control that? What happens? Because that was an interesting take from like Tor Gaming, I think. Like he's been blowing up, and he talks about it. It's like crypto in games creates an issue, which is like sometimes you can just come in and fix the ledger. Even let's say you get hacked or something happens, that could cause an issue down the line for games. So you tokenize it, it makes it easy to trade. Because I like the real life value of it. It's like for me, like one of the things I like about Counter Strike is the fact that I'm able to buy and sell those skins at market prices. Other different games as well if you know what you're doing. I really enjoy that, you know, and I think that they should be sort of proper things, but like proper assets that you can actually trade. But yeah, today's a great day. My sister's right there. No, I will send it to her when you give it to me, unless you want to sing it, but it's up to you. No, no. That's gonna be a video on its own. The reasons why you shouldn't buy a house, because sometimes they come with rats. Freaking nuts, dude. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Huh? I am. We're live. Yeah, we're live. No, I'm live. Welcome to another episode of Scotch and Stocks. This is my guest, Beatriz Elena. Yay. She has a song, a Mimi song. I'll send it. Whenever she finds it, I'll send it to you. Oh man. But yeah, like one thing I want to do is like get the Discord going because you guys don't even have to show face. You know what I mean? Like that would be the sick thing. It's like I just get you guys on Discord too, and I'll be the face of it. I don't mind being the face of it. And then on Discord, you guys can just have like we can just have a chat, you know? Oh man. So hopefully the market, I want to see what the market's gonna do at open. It's gonna be interesting too. Like everything is showing the dollar is coming down and then we are getting strength in many assets. But yesterday we gave it all away, which was super weird. I think people were hoping that like to get away from the liquidity, but we are seeing the bounce, so it's good, good, good. You know? But you guys don't even have to show face. You can just be like, you know, sort of like voiceover and stuff. It'll be sick. Man, how's my freaking like this is you know what coin I like? I like this coin a lot. I like Golem a lot. A lot. I like this one a lot. Because we need to figure out a way how to rent out the resources that I have in my house to the network. But actually getting paid for the stuff that I'm renting. You can he can show it. I don't mind. Like I'm more than I just have to like figure out a way to get us all because I would like I know how to do it. I just have to figure out how to put it. You know what I mean? Like I could the thing is just like I have so I have one where I can put like two faces. So like it would be like one face here, one face here. You know, in the whole stream, or I could do like one like four of us if we want to show something and then have the four faces that we have. Somebody told me about it and I really like the concept of what they do. So it's like it's this is the idea that compute is probably one of the newest commodities that are out there and we need so much of it that being able to rent out your resources in order to like let's say you have a computer at home, right? And it's not doing anything. You can leave it on at night and then just rent out that to the network and then the network decide how much it's worth depending on how much access you have. And they're slowly getting there, you know, like they've been working on it for a really long time. It was only like I think through hard drives that you could like mine or something, and now they're starting to get graphics cards in them. But this is like directly like let your resources to the network, and the more work you're doing, the more you get paid, right? So that's one thing I really like. It's that the ledger has a purpose as well, and then you're able to sort of like rent that out. So this is one of the ones I really really like. They've been they've been slow in their development, but is one that I enjoy. I'm not making money with it, you know. I know, I know. I want to figure out which ones too, you know. But yeah, like I think, yeah, is what potentially would pay. But yeah, it lags behind. It acts like an old coin, you know. Definitely acts like an old coin. But they do have some technology behind them, which is nice. And hopefully, if they're able to then create, you know, sort of create some value behind it, it would be great. But yeah. Had its rallies, but yeah, there's probably better ones, and that's one thing I want to know. Like I'll probably want to do. I'll probably ask you at some point which ones, because I'm very very down. Like, you know, just like even for because I know like one of the biggest use cases for them was like movies and hello hello Mr. Milo, it's back in the house. How you doing? It's been a while. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, friggin' Happy Birthday if there was one. You know, psycho. And I'm good. I'm good. Making money today. Well, losing less money, losing less money today. I want to see my options come into play because well. What was the? Ooh, actually, I didn't check that out. Yeah, let's have a look at the. No, 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 no. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, TQQQ bounces off today. Bam. See. Okay. I think so too. You know, it's like the thing is just like, yeah, you have the memes and stuff, and that's great, and like there's hype, right? But it's funny because it's like to invest in like the meme cycle, it takes like a lot of research. And I still don't even know how to, you know, but like I don't even know how to. But like my brother was the pancake swap guy. You know what I mean? I have no idea how that works. Like I didn't go into it. I bought options. I bought options. I bought NVDL options, and I bought. Uh, I bought Nasdaq, triple Nasdaq options too. Yeah, I bought them yesterday. I bought no January 10th. I bought TQQQ options. So January 10th was what here. So we're back to sort of where we were before. And then I bought NVDL calls yesterday. So hopefully we get a bounce. Hopefully we get a bounce. TSM is tomorrow. There's a little bit of scary things, but yeah. Yeah. So it's like it moves 3 times what the Nasdaq does on a daily basis, right? Yeah. And then I'm doing options on top of that, which is 100x. Don't do leverage, kids. It's trading 101. Unless you're me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good time to buy. Great time to buy. Probably like sell around here. First target and then second target somewhere up here. If we hit it. Yeah. But I have such a long time with them too, you know? I bought them for February. I have 3 contracts for February. It's nuts. It's great. Yeah. So hopefully like we could see a little bit of weakness, bounce and then go again. You can't technical analysis technically on the TQQQ, you know. You want to do the Nasdaq, but you can. You know, I do. We're still down in like a downtrend, so hopefully this changes. But such crazy volatility is nuts. It's being respected in the downward channel. Thing is, just like what was it? It's like markets spook quickly and create confidence in a long time. You know, it's like human psychology. It's if somebody betrays you, you lose interest, like you lose trust really quickly. But if somebody is building your trust, it takes like years, right? But yeah, there's a little bit of craziness. Don't get me wrong. I still, even in my eToro portfolio, I have some TQQQ like positions. I think I'm still in profit in those. I think so. I think I still have. I want to like. Hopefully they start putting options in eToro soon, and then give me my freaking ISA. That'd be great. If they give me an ISA on eToro, that'd be fantastic. I'll put more money. Yanni, Yanni, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. Give me an ISA. Give me an ISA, please. I really need an ISA in the UK. Give me the ISA so I don't have to pay taxes. Charge me more spreads. I don't care. As long as I don't have to pay taxes, we're good. What a day. What a day to buy. Yesterday. It's like, yeah, here in the UK, they have the ISAs and it's fantastic, you know? Just so hard for me to recommend. Here in the UK, it's so hard for me to, like, all my international people, I recommend eToro, but here in the UK, I can't because you don't have an ISA. And there's just like the fact that you're going to be paying taxes long term problem. Hmm. Oh, that's great. You ready, me? It's time to go to bed. What am I listening to? What in the world is So that's the song. Oh, Scotch and Socks, where you get the best content. Oh, it's going on the WhatsApp. No. That's lows. Lows. Markets are pumping. Even DJT. I'm a profit with DJT. Let's go. Took a while. What is Truth? Man, I need to. Are we gonna have to make a Truth Social account? I'm down. I am so down. And I still have to like I still need to figure out how to do the poker. Like I have so many things I have to do. I have to do taxes this month. I have to do poker. I have to do Q&A. The Q&A would be easier though. That one is just a matter of like doing a couple of posts, asking people what they're interested in, and then just like setting up a date so you can just like bam, bam, bam. I also, you know what the big guys do too is the like Jay and all of them. It's like they do like a quarterly review of their portfolios, and they'll do like a live stream, and then they'll put it also as a video in their channel. Fun fact. Yeah, I want to do a poker tournament with the eToro people. You know, it'd be you know what would even be nice? Doing like a poker game with the market bus people. With the market bus, that would be hilarious. 5 players, but Dimitris doesn't play poker, so we would have to get him into it. So I'm gonna do premium. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Like it'd be so good. Huh. But you know, poker is not gambling. Poker is a game of skill. Let's have a look. This is gonna be like after this, I take Biden out, bam, and then we have to leave Trump here. He's actually not posting that much, you know. But it would be interesting, you know, like how the different like you know, it's like because the thing is like in poker, even the like the risky player can create some like interesting play avenues and the safe player. I had a friend that was like super safe in the way that he played, and he always sort of beats me. Makes you good, you know, because you're playing with strength usually, but then strength sometimes means that it gives you a little bit of leeway to kind of like bluff as well. So it's super like it'll be super interesting. I think poker shows a little bit of you know like risk tolerance and all of noise. You know, but then that's how you know it's like in poker. It's like for example, like a pair of aces. I don't like. I really dislike the pair of aces. I don't think it's good. You know, because usually either you don't get paid or you lose or you get cracked, and it's like fuck. Play the man. It's the truth. It's the truth. You know. So we would have to do it like, it'd be interesting if we did it in. I'd have to think how you need so many cameras to do it, but like if you could figure it out for whenever we meet next, that would be sick. Or we do it like one online and we put the cameras on and stuff. Because it's poker. But yes, is the truth. Man, am I waiting until open? Might as well. Might as well. That would make it easier. So it's like, yeah, I'll show you. So this is the website. Um, and then it's like you just like you don't even have to download anything, and you just like 100 and bam, and it does the dealing for you and all that stuff. And then bam, you say your stack, and then it's just easy, and then it just plays. Dun, 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 dun. You know, paste it, bam, and then you just play. And then you get everybody to join, and it's like great. Players. Poker stars, like if you're doing real money, yes. But then this, you just agree on the money. Like, it'd be sick. In all honesty, you know what we do a live stream, us playing poker, makes it super simple, right? Like we put the faces and stuff, and then entry is like I don't know, like how much is fart coin? Like what? Like two? Like what? Like 1,000 fart coin? You know what I, you know what I mean? And then the winner just gets fart coin. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. No, but that's the thing. So this is not real money, right? Like you're playing here for tips, but then you just agree, right? So it's gentleman's word, and then you just like do it in such a way that it's like, you know. So we say, okay, winner gets like, we do fart coin cash game. You know what I mean? And then the amount of fart coin that you get is the coins that you get here. You know, bam. It'd be hilarious. Sponsored by Fart Coin. Everybody farts. That's so low. Oh man. It was interesting because I remember back in the day there was a esports tournament. I think it was like Smash or something. I'm not really sure. And the winner got like $200. The second player got $100, and then the third player got like 5 Bitcoin, which back in the day were worth nothing, but then they just ended up exploding anyway. So that was nuts. That was crazy. And now that guy's worth what, 300K? you know, insane. Yeah. It was a StarCraft 2 tournament. First place 500, second place 250, third place 150, fourth place, and then fifth to eighth was 25 Bitcoins back in the day. Nuts. Yeah, that ain't nuts. So you get eighth, and you're like, oh, you need to open this account, and it's worth like less than $100. It's like, oh, I just forgot about it. Check your Binance account years later. Check your insane. Oh, it'd be sick. It'd be sick. It'll be so good. 4003 markets just man with the market. I'm waiting. Market's not showing me anything. Yeah, 25 Bitcoins. Yeah. The truth. Internet money. But yeah, this would be fun. Because, yeah. Oh, man. So hopefully Trump doesn't say anything crazy from here to the end of January, and we're hopefully in the clear. Market clears. Everything would be good. So I'm going to do a little summary. I'm going to do a little summary. Let's see if this works out. Whoa. So we just received so we just received CPI data, and it came in line with expectations, but core CPI comes in better than expected. Yesterday's PPI gave us a little bit of sort of nudge into the future, and it tells us that it came in lower than expected, which is a fantastic news for what we're about to see heading forward, which means that the Fed might be in the right place right now by holding interest rates and just waiting to see that none of the fears materialize, which is higher unemployment or higher prices. As Trump hopefully gets into office too next week, we're gonna get a little bit more clarity in what the priorities of the office are. So we should definitely be paying attention to what those are. But markets are gonna go nuts next week for sure. We're still not out of the woods as we're starting to see earnings comes into play. We have TSM reporting tomorrow, which is gonna be driving the microchip sector, Nvidia's, AMD's, Intel's, Broadcom's, all that, which definitely has an impact in the Nasdaq. So we could see some sort of weakness tomorrow depending on those results, but I don't see any clouds in the horizon that are going to strike. So hopefully we continue to see this green. We found support, feels like it, and we're touching that 50 moving average on the S&P and the Nasdaq, which is great news. Which is great news, and then hopefully we can break through and continue on to all-time highs. But we're still in that downward trend, which is a little bit scary. There's probably going to be some selling pressure today, Wednesday, given the fact that a lot of traders have played positions into this. But we are heading back into green territories as most of the fears start to disappear and the wall of worry starts becoming less and less. There was some rumors as well that Hamas and Israel are closer to a peace treaty or sort of a ceasefire treaty. That would be fantastic news for the geopolitics in the region, which would be negative for oil but positive for a lot of other sectors too. And mostly technology and the overall market. It just takes fear away. And for the start of 2024, for the start of 2025, there was definitely a lot of fear coming into the year as the Fed was stopping interest rate cuts. The market got spooked really quickly. But we have to understand that fear tends to drive a lot more interactions than hope. And in this case, we are hopeful. We continue to be hopeful for 2025. I'm still bullish in the market given the fact that there's really no major red flags appearing. Nothing is scaring me. Unemployment continues to be low. And inflation, yes, it's stickier than normal, but it's still at normal levels. We should come down a little bit more, but it's within the plans that the Fed is setting up for themselves. So hopefully we can continue that path. Markets are up. We're making money today. So hopefully that continues until the end of January. But again, stay paying attention. Subscribe to the channel because we're going to be doing live streams for the major players and the major companies of earnings. We're going to do the big Max 7. And we're definitely going to do SMCI, which I wanted to be paying attention to. I want to do Nvidia earnings. Maybe a couple of the crypto miners. I also want to be paying attention just to see how they're performing into like how they performed last quarter and how they're going to be performing into the next quarter. So stay tuned for more content. Thanks so much for watching and peace out, everybody. Cheers to everybody. And have a fantastic 2025 because I'm definitely going to be having one. I'm close to 300 people, so click subscribe. All right. Yeah. Lows. Okay, that was quick. That was nice. Okay, so 105. It's nice. It's a nice little, I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? I'm happy. Thank you, Mimi. Yo, Mimi, that's the thing. So I was gonna tell you, yes, quickly. It's that, yeah, if like always think that if, it's like one of the things I wanted to tell you was if you ever have a question, like, in your head, if there's something, just be like, oh, the audience doesn't know, and then you can ask. Bam. And then this is how we're gonna take it going forward. Because I think that would be super, like, if somebody doesn't know, just ask us as the audience and be like, okay, what does that mean as an audience member? Because sometimes we need to give them that perspective. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, Mimi. Thanks very much for chatting and keeping me company. I appreciate it very much. You're the best. You're the best. But yes. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Peace out. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Okay, I need to go to YouTube quickly after this because then I can make a video and post it, which is super cool. Yes. All right. Oh, well, you know what? 7 minutes. Okay. 7 minutes. Okay, 105. Let's do 105. And then the start. I should have taken note of the start. All right. Peace. Yes. I'm gonna do market. I need to be trading. So I'm gonna go offline. But yes, awesome. Definitely. Have a good sleep.